Welcome back, guys. Welcome. Hope you're all having a good day. We are on the road. Let me see something. Gotta get over a lane. We got Trina in the house. Old Uncle Bill is on time. Pixie's here. Red Wave tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you're all having a wonderful, what is it? It's Thursday. It is Thursday. Oh, we don't need no traffic. It's telling me that it's 5 hours and 20 minutes. So there's got to be some major traffic somewhere. I hope it clears up because, man, I thought I was leaving in time to get there an hour early. Now we're going to be cutting it close. So 5 hours and 19 minutes on the road. Well, we're going to talk about some stuff on the road. We're going to talk about some things. There was a mass shooting at FSU. Multiple different details going on. Don't know what to believe right now, but I know there's at least 6 victims. Some people are saying, from the last statement I heard at a local, that there was a few in critical condition. Then I seen online where they have confirmed reports of death. It's just sad what we're seeing. Absolutely sad. And then we had the murder of Austin Metcalf. Carmelo Anthony's family had a presser. We're actually going to play that presser. And I'm telling you what, I really feel his attorneys are doing him really dirty. They are creating they want to play the victim. They want to do that Al Sharpton card, but some of the stuff they said, calling out right-wing racists and bigots for what we did is we put it out there on ad. We showed you on the live stream yesterday that, they move into that almost $900,000 home. They buy like $120,000 Escalade. They're living high on the hog. And I think that sends a bad message. Now, shoot, if that's what you get when you murder somebody, how many are going to follow that lead? We've seen it time and time again. We're going to play that here in a few minutes. We're going to play that press conference in the background over the radio. Austin Metcalf's dad showed up to listen to the press conference. He's the father of the murder victim, the person that was stabbed to death at a track high school meet by Carmelo Anthony. We're going to get into all that as we go on our road trip. Aaron, how are you doing? Mom X Swift. So, yeah, we got 5 hours and 8 minutes staying right now on the road. That is crazy time. I don't know why. It's kind of interesting. There's so much traffic right in this area. Usually there's not. But must be all those tariffs killing the economy that so many people have time to be on the freeway, I guess, right? All those empty trucks with no product on them because of tariffs. But Trump said some interesting comments too. He was meeting with, what was it, the Prime Minister of Italy, or no? trying to think who it was. He met with some folks today. He's met with the Japan part of their trading cabinet, talking about tariffs. They're working on a lot of stuff. Again, always working, guys. Always working. That man's amazing. He gets on the golf course and gets more done than most 99% of Americans. Sugar Bear's in the house. What's up? So we are going to be going down to a school board meeting where they're actually, again, fighting to protect parents and children, not fighting to protect the groomer unions. So we'll see that. Hopefully, a lot of the controversies died down over this board meeting. When I first looked at it last week, it seemed like there would be a lot of opposition. Obviously, you win some, you lose some. We'll find out when we get down there. Anyway, it'll be great to cover a school board that's actually fighting for the rights of children and fighting for the rights of parents to understand what's going on. And old Uncle Bill, thank you for that donation. I didn't get a notification until I was no longer live yesterday. So old Uncle Bill donated on Zelle. And we had someone else donate on Zelle. I won't say your last name, but your first name was Michael, and it didn't go through. I'm still trying to figure out why it denied your donation. But we do have Cash App and Venmo. If you still want to donate, we appreciate you. We thank you. And I'm trying to figure out why Zelle kicked that one back. But Michael, if you want to use one of those other methods, even givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024, that would be appreciated. And we appreciate all your blessings, guys. Again, we got enough for gas to get up here. We got enough for food. We don't have the hotel for tonight, the hotel for tomorrow night, the gas for tomorrow. So each day, we're just taking it day by day, and your donations are appreciated to keep us on the road. Again, there's no way I'm going to be driving 5 hours and 20. Now it's saying 5:21, 5.5 hours there, stay there for 4 or 5 hours and drive 5 hours home. I just can't do that. I'm getting up there in age. Now, if we had somewhere important to get to, you guys know I would drive 24/7, but your help and your donations is appreciated, and I want to say thank you. Let me put on that see if they'll let me do something. So I'll do something. Old Uncle Bill, I did get your email. I meant to hit respond and I didn't yet, but you'll see something here in a minute. It might not let me. Dang it. That's not pulling it up for me. Let me try something else. This might work. Oh, I think we got it. You know who we haven't seen for a while? Knucklehead Homestead. Where's Knucklehead? Where's Knucklehead? We're going to pull this thing I was telling you up in a minute. Okay, stop. See if you guys figure out what we just did. It'll prove to Bill I did read his email. Okay, so we bookmarked this. Okay, we're gonna play you the press conference from Carmelo Anthony, his attorney, and I just want you to listen to. I don't think he's doing him any favors. I think this victim mentality, this poor me, that the right's trying to turn it into, this bigoted political thing. I think they did. But we're gonna listen to that right now. So bear with me while that starts up. Got about a couple more seconds before it starts, and I'll kick up the volume.
I want to start off this press conference to say something as a deep note that I can tell America. What we've seen at the beginning of this press conference, of the father being at this press conference, these are my words, don't quote anybody, is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life. No matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life and loss. And as a minister, I will not attack a grieving family, even if I disagree with them. When I have stood before this podium for people who have died at the hands of law enforcement, I have asked for that same manner of respect. And even when the shoe's on the other foot, I will not do that. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be as late, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character. Who is not invited, he knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family. So he did. And so I say to people.
So he's talking right now. The murdered child, his father, showed up at the press conference. He didn't cause any issues. He was there to listen. The attorney representing the thug that killed his son is about to speak. And this is changing. Again, this reminds me of a lot of George Floyd, where when it first came out, we held our judgment, and then when all they started talking about was it's because he's white, I was like, you lost me. And then all the other stuff came out about what a piece of trash fentanyl Floyd was. And then you're like, you know what? You deserve what you get. You deserve what you get. I'm sorry. I'm going to play this now, but just I want you to listen to how they are victims somehow. You can stab somebody. You can take a knife to school at 17 years old, decide to stab somebody, murder somebody, kill somebody, and now you're the victim? Listen.
Actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case. It is outright disrespectful.
Conservative operatives. So he's going to hold up a picture here in a minute of a post done on X by Sarah is Censored, talking about how much money the families raised, talking about how they just bought their new Cadillac Escalade and how now they are now living in a mansion off the money that's been raised to supposedly defend Carmelo Anthony. Here's more victimhood right here.
We haven't been doing it. The Next Generation Action Network has been here, popular and unpopular. So regardless of what's going on, that was disrespectful. Disrespectful. And I will leave it to y'all to define it. But of course we want to. Y'all, I'm Minister Dominique Alexander. I serve as the president of the Next Generation Action Network. Today I come before you with a heavy heart, but determined in spirit, not just as an advocate, but as a Black man, as a father, as a protector, community, and children. There are 4 critical points I must address today, and I want to make sure that the public and the media and everyone who believes in truth and justice. First, the misinformation about the fund.
There we go.
From the very beginning, there was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The Carmelo Anthony Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go. Let's be clear. The family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this. But we saw on Twitter, we saw on Facebook, and so many different things of the false, lavish life of this family. $800,000 home, purchased Escalade, and private security. Let me make this very clear. The Next Generation Action Network has always had its security detail. Many of you that know us in the Dallas and Fort Worth media know that we have our own security detail. One of the individuals that escorted Carmelo Anthony out of jail is here present with us now. They are a part of the Next Generation Action Network security team. The family hasn't hired any private contractors or whatever, or splurged or whatever. But if they have the audacity to spend money for their safety and security, that's their prerogative. The family has not withdrawn, and just until recently, just yesterday, they were officially notified by Give, Send, Go that they could start the withdrawal process. But if anybody know about this process, they know that that takes about 2 to 3 days to withdraw from that and actually hit any account. But this blatant propaganda wasn't just about the fund. It was to discourage the public from giving to the fund. That's what this was about. Because just like TMZ was able to call, Give, Send, Go, everybody in the media, in these news outlets that I've never heard before, could have did the same thing. When I first called Give, Send, Go, they gave me every information that I needed. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say on regards to that. Let me make this very clear. This family never authorized a single fund on the GoFundMe platform. All of the funds that were raised on the GoFundMe were all fraud. that was raised on that platform were fraud. Okay? The family prefers to report these funds. One of the funds we identified raised up to $11,000. So a post about anything that stated that GoFundMe took everything down regarding Carmelo Anthony, that was at the request of the families and their supporters. This family never tried to create an account on GoFundMe. The Next Generation Action Network is very well aware of the company's policy regarding raising funds for legal defense. Okay? Since this tragedy unfolded, the Anthony family has been subject to unimaginable amount of hate, racism, threats to their safety. People have sat outside their house, sent objects delivered to their door, publicly harassed, online and in person. This is not just about Carmelo. It's about the family who dared to stand and demand justice. Return and receive ugliness that racism in this country still breeds. But let me say this loud and clear. We are not scared. We are not moving. We will not be silent. What I've always said as the president of the Next Generation Action Network, we will never ask the oppressor for permission to liberate our people.
Oh, the oppressor.
We will not ask for permission to stand up for the rights of our children. The Next Generation Action Network has stood on both sides of the fence in ensuring that justice is served. Now, getting to the information that the Next Generation Action Network wanted to share with the public today, and pass it over to the mother, and once I make this statement, okay? There's two more and final. For the last week and a half, the Next Generation Action Network has engaged in communications with Frisco ISD to ensure.
I wonder why that's doing that.
We know that in Texas, there are things that are discretionary things and decisions by the leadership of Frisco ISD, right? There are clear guidance in the state in the education code regarding expulsion of a student. We have asked several times. We didn't just rush. We have had these conversations over the last several days. And we have stated that it is just outright wrong to get involved in this. Carmelo Anthony doesn't have to walk. He doesn't have to involve in any senior activities. But Carmelo Anthony is a 3.7 GPA student. And if he doesn't even go to class for the remainder of the year, he would graduate. Okay? We've asked that Frisco do not make a decision in this situation. But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Carmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation.
Yeah, makes sense. He murdered somebody.
That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame. And what I have not heard the media say, as many media outlets have asked us what went on, I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone? With weather in that magnitude, you couldn't have a track meet in rain,
weather,
or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time. Y'all do that research. Because as a person who is the administrator of your children, you are responsible for the safety of the children. And so it seems as if Frisco ISD is trying to push this off. by making this decision that they do not have to make.
You see how they're trying to blame everything but the murder suspect? The weather now. Why didn't you cancel a track meet over weather? Somehow, if they would have canceled that, our client wouldn't have stabbed this kid to death. They're trying to, they want to get as many people to blame as they can so they can give just a little bit of doubt in any of this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Listen.
So the Next Generation Action Network, outside of the legal process, will be going through different avenues regarding to ensure that we fight for the rights of Carmelo Anthony. Okay? So in the next coming days, we will be announcing to the public. We will do direct action Frisco ISD administration office because this is outright wrong. You are getting involved in a process that even the legal process has asked us to respect. And we're asking you to do that same thing. You do not have to get involved in this situation. But it seems that even with us going and meeting or having conversations, they have made their mind up. And we want to make sure that the records, that we talk truth to power in regards. I wanted to lay this out to ensure, because of the sensitivity of this case, there are so many moving factors that I have to explain so that this family does not have to explain. Let me say this about the fourth, and let me repeat this so that you guys can go to the Frisco Police Department. The reason why the family or me or anybody with direct knowledge of this cannot talk about the particulars of what happened in that tent, I know you know this is all law, is because if anybody tells you there was an adult near or inside or whatever, this kind of investigation knows nothing about that. Everybody involved at this point of our knowledge are minors. In the state of Texas, you know we cannot release or talk about minors. So stop asking us the question. Stop. It's no. We can't even do it if we wanted to. Okay? We can't talk about it. So don't ask. There is a court of law that will express everything, will lay out everything. We can't talk about it if we wanted to. Okay? So make it clear. Go back, confirm with Frisco Police Department. Go back, confirm with the district attorney. Even in the bond hearing, you didn't see a single thing said about people that was indirect. They're minors. Okay? So stop. The social media, stop. I haven't saw not one person single-handedly get this right in the public. They're minors, y'all. Just stop. We can't. Don't send another inquiry to NGAN inbox. Do this, all of that. That's the reason why we felt like it was important to do this press conference today. We can't talk about it. So if you ask me, I'm just going to look at you. Okay? So I'm telling the world. Everybody knows the state law. I'm not creating it. We can't talk about it. This family can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. Nobody. Unless you want to be sued. You release one of those 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds and 17-year-olds named, the law of this land tells you what was going to happen to you. Okay? So don't ask that question. Finally, in regards to this judge, I do not know Judge Angela Tucker. I've never met her, never known her, never been nowhere near her court. Don't know anything about her until we were notified that she was going to hear the writ. But the ugly attacks on her just shows Black America that no matter what you pick in the ballot box, and that is your constitutional right, it's people out here reminding us of the Black struggle in America. This woman is a registered Republican, has been for years. She put herself through school, she raised her family, she did everything. I'm a registered Democrat, proud. I'm the chair of the Dallas County Democrat Resolutions Committee. I don't know that woman. And to call her leftist is just downright insulting. The bond that was given is according to law and consistency with practice. If Aaron Dean can get a $300,000 bond when he killed Tatiana Jefferson, Carmelo Anthony can get a $250,000. If Amber Geiger can get a $200,000 bond when she kills Botham Jean in his own home, he can get a $250,000. If Roy Oliver can get a $250,000 bond after he kills Jordan Edwards, all white officers, why couldn't Carmelo Anthony,
all white officers,
a child with no background, no criminal background, no endangerment to the community, none whatsoever, be placed on a ELM and brought home? Please help me understand. Make this make sense. It's consistency. It's consistent with practice. After this, y'all, so that we'll know, this will be our final press conference until this trial. We will not speak to the media again after this, okay? Don't ask for comment, question, or whatever it is. The actions that the Next Generation Action Network take on Frisco ISD will be separate from the legal process because we want to make sure that Carmelo Anthony's due process, this is going to be a jury case. And then let me make this very clear. This is a case that has not even been indicted. So, under the guise of Texas law, it's not even really proceeding to a trial yet because it has not even went through a grand jury to be indicted. We don't know if a grand jury will indict or not. We don't know. That's in the district attorney's hands, okay? And their legal team is preparing a packet for those things, and we will not be talking about the legal process regarding this case, okay? So after today, I just want the media to know, and I want the public to know, I don't care what you say about me. I've been in this thing for 11 years. I am tried, tested, and proven. I'm going to just say, I'm from Oak Cliff. Worser things have been said about me, baby. You ain't got to inbox me. You ain't got to tell me. I am the first person to tell my testimony. I don't have to prove anything to nobody. I am a proven testimony standing here that God, even when you make mistakes, God is not finished with your story. I'm going to bring this mother, Kayla Hayes, and it has taken her a lot of strength, y'all, to come and do this today. And I want you guys to respect her as she reads this and giving her the respect that she deserves, y'all.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Carmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas, searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband works hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been attacked. Whatever you think what happened between Carmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she is fearful of what may happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give Send Go fundraiser. And the co-founder.
You notice they keep saying she hasn't received a single dime from the fundraiser. Somebody is funding this race baiting campaign. I promise you. There's one of those nonprofits, whether it was the one that was speaking before her, somebody is ensuring that she has Escalades and that she has a nice house. I promise you, when it all comes out, remember, they didn't even have to pay the bond for Carmelo.
Has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we're being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a 2-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in the legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
Y'all, I'm going to show something of a post. You come for me, I'll come for you. Sarah Fields. Never heard of this woman. This is the kind of despicable things that led to the father being here. Political operatives motivating this family with hate. Carmelo Anthony posted on something that shows posted here. These are the type of lies that are threatening this family. Posting the family's picture. These are the type of lies. She's getting millions of views on this. Sarah, she's even came after me. She's even said all of those things. And now that the public knows exactly what is going on, I ask, because these racist bigots try to prevent us from standing up for our baby, our boy, he should be afforded the same rights that Kyle Rittenhouse had, Daniel Penna, and all of the people who have claimed whatever their defense was. He should be afforded the same right. Nobody in the public media has one video camera, but we got the video of Kyle Rittenhouse with an AK-47 shooting 3 people in the back.
Wrong.
We got
lie.
that. And he raised more than $2 million publicly, and nobody said anything. So since they tried to come for us, I call for the community's overwhelming support for this fund. The disinformation that was put out was literally deliberate to prevent you from helping this family. And I want you to give overwhelming support to show them the community united can never be divided. And I'm going to say this again, and this is for everybody. Black people in America, while the current occupant sits at 1600 Pennsylvania, Black people in America don't have to pull the race card. It's what we live as a reality every day. It's what we have to teach our children. We don't want to, but we have to. We don't like to, but if we want to sleep at night, we got to. I ain't pulling no race card. I live it. I'm reminded all the time that I'm a Black man in America. And what y'all just showed to Judge Tucker is just reminded that hate and bigotry and racial reconciliation in this country, we have respected the process. I believe that Austin Metcalf is about to have his funeral. And I wouldn't dare, even with the information I know, and plenty people can share that and all that, but we have prevented from speaking about that in these type of public forums. It will come out. They have a more than well-capable attorney, and this family will go through a process of being able to get prepared for this trial. So I just say this real quick. This is our final time speaking to public and holding a press conference regarding this particular case. Now, the Next Generation Action Network will talk about Frisco ISD, but we will not do this. I will not ask this mother to do this again. The attorney will not. We won't do this again. Don't ask. We will see you at trial. Whatever venue that is, we will see you there.
Making it all about race, making it all about being a victim, lying about Kyle Rittenhouse. Well, so let me get this straight. So when Kyle was getting hit with attempted murder over the head with a skateboard and he fired, he was never the aggressor. But again, they want to make this a race war. This is about money for that guy. And this is about the Democrat Party needs this right now. They even brought up the president in the White House that they have to deal with racism because of the man that lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. You know what? I have a strong suspicion playing this little race card that's been dead. The race card has been bankrupt since the Obama years. They keep trying to bring it up. They want that they are literally, they're giving racism and this race card CPR right now, hoping they can revive it while Trump is president. And it's not going to work, folks. It's not going to work. It would have been one thing to come out and said, listen, there's a lot we can't talk about. You know, Carmelo acted in self-defense. We'll let the judge, jury decide this. But when they started bringing out, people are saying bad things on the internet. I can pull up Kyle Rittenhouse right now and they're calling him a murderer. All these things still to this day. Grow up, you little pansy asses. I don't care if you're raised in a two-parent home. You went to school with a weapon on you and stabbed somebody to death. They're blaming the weather. Somehow they want to bring this in to bring the school involved because guess what? The school's got deep pockets. And then saying the school shouldn't suspend a child. I don't know what it's like in Dallas. I can tell you, if we were smoking a cigarette in high school, we couldn't walk with our graduating class. There was so many. Again, they want you to graduate. They have a code of conduct. They want you to be able to participate in the community once you graduate. And and I know things have changed since I graduated, in order to get that diploma and walk with your class, you had to keep a high standards. Bringing a knife onto campus, a weapon onto campus, let's not even talk about the murder. Bringing a weapon onto campus would have gotten me expelled, would have got me kicked out of my school, would have got me sent to alternative education. But now, because we, again, are playing the race card and it's a black student, there needs to be some special black privilege for this child, as they call him. I'm done. They're trying so hard with CPR to try to get race back in it. And you guys know we're everywhere all the time. The race card has been dead for quite a while. The race card has been dead for quite a while. Just absolutely. And then they brought up Sarah is censored post. But again, I think the most important thing that we can talk about here is, where is the money coming from then? Okay, so you got 500,000 or more in GiveSendGo. You're even pushing it right there, saying the one thing you could do is help contribute. So you're trying to raise millions of dollars. Where did they escalate and how did they afford the house? Somebody is funding them. Just like the bail bonds, from what we understand and what was reported by multiple news agencies, they didn't have to come up with the $25,000. You need 10% of the $250,000. We heard that the bond company was covering it. Who contacted the bond company and said, hey, we got you covered? It's just absolutely insane. That poor me, I'm a victim mentality. You know what? And I'm not saying the kid could be bad. I'm could have saying again, the kid could have made the biggest and deepest horrible mistake of his life. Americans for that child, when you sit there and you claim that the thing that happens to everybody, oh no, guess what? I can go pull up my name today and there's lies about me. I'm no victim. It's the year we live in. It's social media. It's keyboard warriors. I'm no victim. Poor me. It's just disgusting. They're trying to utilize this and act like they're deserving or something, deserving of something. And I read what the kid did. prior to this, that he worked, what was it, at Foot Locker for 2 years. He seemed like he was a good, average, everyday American kid. Did he make a really bad mistake? Wasn't thinking, got upset, couldn't control his emotions? I don't know that. And sit there and say it wasn't his fault. It was raining. They should have canceled that. And for some reason, that gives him the justice of stabbing somebody. There's fights every day at high school, shoving matches, people dragging people out of tents. It's common. You know what's not common? Is somebody stabbing somebody to it's that common. But I would like to know where that funding is coming from. Where that funding is coming from. And again, man has a lifetime of having to be his own employer and having to only work with certain companies. He can't be hired in a lot of places. He can't be out in public. You think Kyle Rittenhouse can walk down the street in Minneapolis, Minnesota and feel safe? No, why? Because the media lied. We all watched it. Videos were there. Thank God he was great with a gun. Nobody talks about 2 out of the 3 murdered were pedophiles. Nobody talks about the only reason he was out there is because the police weren't doing their job. Millions and millions of dollars in damage, people's personal properties, businesses burned down because of Democrat stand-down orders. And a 17 with more balls than most grown men in this country. Wasn't over a tent at a rainy track meet. I love that, though. They're putting the rain there. They're putting the racism there, the bigoted people. It's just insane. But thank you guys for tuning in and riding along with us right now. We are, I was pulling something up. We are on our road. It looks like 4 hours and 29 more minutes. We just filled up, got a full tank of gas. I want to thank you guys for your contributions again. We need hotel money for tonight, food money, or I think we got food money for today, hotel money, and then gas money for tomorrow, and hotel money for tomorrow night. And then Saturday, we have an epic event. I don't want to tell you where we're going to quite yet, but it's somewhere we've been before, and they love us. So if you guys do want to help out and contribute, we would appreciate it. We are 100% viewer funded. You keep the gas in the tank and the food in the belly and a nice little warm bed to sleep in at night. You can go to Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, or GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. Again, there was a gentleman named Michael, I won't say your last name, that tried to donate on Zelle. I don't know if all Zelle is down right now, but I'm working with them. I got to call them back after this live. But you can use our GiveSendGo, Cash App, or Venmo. I want to say once again, thank you to all those that have contributed. We can't do it without you. What was that? Michael, the other Michael. Thank you for the Venmo. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate our viewers. Appreciate the Army. Let me pull this back up. See what you guys are talking about. Uncle Bill said, I'm going to Zelle to test it. Thank you, old Uncle Bill. We'll know. Remember, I got canceled from Zelle once. All for just reporting. Yeah, I'll be honest. When I seen the video, before the actual autopsy came out of George Floyd, I wasn't instantly Blue Lives Matter or anything like that. I said, this looks like he could have got off his neck a little sooner. That was my thought on that. I didn't think that that's what killed him, but I did say, you know what? You don't need to be on there that long. Throw him in the back of the police car. Let him bump his head up against the window. And then when they started switching the narrative, right now you have an officer, I think you got a couple officers, but mainly one in jail saying he was murdered. But when the autopsy come out, he's got fentanyl and all these other drugs in him. But again, you had a white cop, so we want to punish that white cop. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Oh, Karen says, Venmo, thank you. Says sent. Let me look at it. Why is this telling me to get off of the freeway? I wonder if there's all kind of traffic up here, if I should listen to it or not. It says to get off right here and go somewhere else, but I'm going to ignore that. Last time I ignored it, I got in so much delay. Yeah, it says it could be 9 minutes longer this way. Okay, let me check my email. I did receive Karen's Venmo. Thank you, Karen. Let's see. Zelle takes a while on the email, so let me see something. Yeah, it does show. It shows pending right now, so that should go through, old Uncle Bill. Yeah, so yesterday, someone tried to donate twice, and it said, let me read it to you here in a minute. It says I'm on all mail. And I called them, and I was like, hey, what's going on with Zelle? And they had me on hold for 18 minutes. And I'm just sitting there, and they hung up on me, and I look at they hung up on me right at 5 o'clock. So when I called back, we're sorry, we're closed for the day. It says alert, unable to deposit payment. And I don't know what that means. It says we were unable to deposit the money into your account, so we're returning the money to the person. And they can't give me an answer why. We'll go on to live another day, won't we? Josh, you should. Oh, is it FSU? It's the gun's fault? There is going to be some spots where we lose a little service through here, as always, on the 900 times we've drove the 99, but it'll improve. And then once we get to the Grapevine, we'll cut it out, we'll grab lunch, and then we'll go back live after that. I'm going to see what happens when I do this. Now, wait. Wait until we stop. Oh, Uncle Bill, yeah, it does look, it says pending. I will follow up on that and make sure it goes through. I think it pins, it's pending until the end of business day. Someone double check that. But the other one didn't even pin, so I'm sure that's fine because I logged in and it didn't show, doesn't give you any information when you log in, why it was denied, nothing, just crazy. See if there's some. Yeah, but we woke up this morning, had to get to the gym a little, burn off a little steam, hung out with Caden for about an hour and a half, and then hit the road. And now we're on the road. It's saying 4.5 more hours. It says arrival 5:36. Hopefully we can beat that by 30 minutes. I can't imagine there would be that much traffic, but I guess so. It's a long time on the road. So let's see here. Arguments in this case are scheduled for May 15th. Yes, no more anchor babies. If you come here and you become a legal citizen and you have a child, you come here from Russia, and you're 8 months pregnant and you have a baby and you go back to China, that's not an American citizen. You sneak over our border and give birth, that is not an American citizen. I know Democrats wants that, but I hope the Supreme Court makes the right decision on this one. Because our founders did not intend. Again, the 14th Amendment was what they're talking about. That had to do with slaves and the children of slaves. Listen to this. How long can they expect that piece to last? They've already seen it because if you were truthful, which you're not, I know you very well. You have gasoline that hit $1.98 yesterday in a couple of states. You have gasoline's way down. The price of oil has dropped substantially. The price of groceries are substantially down. The price of eggs. You know, when I came in, they hit me with eggs. I just got there. I was here for 1 week, and they started screaming at me, eggs have gone through the roof. I said, I just got here. I was there for 7 days, and I hear that eggs have gone through the roof before I got there. And they were screaming at me, the press, the fake news, like you fake. And the fake news is screaming at me, like, about eggs. I said, I've only been here, this is my 7th day. And they were right. They went up 87%, and you couldn't get them. They said, you won't have eggs for Easter, which is coming up. Happy Easter, everybody. You won't have eggs for Easter. And we did an unbelievable job, and now eggs are all over the place, and the price went down 92%. And our Commissioner of Agriculture, Brooke, has done I love when fantastic job. I love when he calls that stuff out. Here we go, about the shooter. One source of information, they have said that there is one person in custody. They were seen in handcuffs with their face down, and they were shot by law enforcement. Their understanding is that there are 2 deceased and 3 injured. Again, not confirmed, but just their understanding. And that does not include a shooter. It does not include the shooter. Those are victims. Shooter allegedly went into the student union with a shotgun. They went through the rounds of the shotgun, then they switched to a handgun. When the individual was taken into custody after being shot at, they believe by law enforcement, the handgun was on his person. Again, that shooter was taken into custody, seen face down on the ground in custody. Law enforcement at this point has cleared multiple rooms. Almost every building and every room that they intend to clear, from my understanding, has been cleared. Moving into the investigative phase, but that is always a very fluid situation. It can go from one situation to another, but that's their understanding. Tallahassee PD, I understand, is going to be the lead law enforcement agency for this investigation and may potentially be having a press conference at 4:00 p.m.
What you've been told by your source, who's on scene and has basically firsthand knowledge because he's seen the scene, 2 deceased, 3 injured. Those are the victims. There's 1 shooter in custody, shot by police, and went into the student union with a shotgun, started firing with that, then switched to a handgun, and then at some point was engaged by police and is believed to have been shot and is now in custody. We had been hearing, reports earlier about a potential second shooter, but this source of yours is not hearing that, correct?
That is correct. And Bill, we always want to preface it in law enforcement until it is a completed investigation and until it is officially coming from an official law enforcement individual at an official press conference. This is just information that we have at this point.
And it sounds like we might have to wait a significant more amount of time for that potential press conference. If you're hearing it might be at 4 p.m. With Tallahassee PD, that'd be 4 hours after the first reported shots went out. So Sandra, the speculation machine is going to keep churning until then.
Let me see. You know what's interesting is they can't scream about an AR-15, right? It was always, we got to take AR-15s and these school shootings wouldn't happen. He came in with a shotgun and then switched to a handgun. But, and prayers for all those students. I know it's going to be a political witch hunt for the left. They need this. Trump's in office. They need these shootings. Let's see if we can pull up that press conference when it happens. Just amazing what's going on. I wonder if there's any information on who the shooter is, and if I don't know, man. Well, I guess we'll learn a lot today and in the next 24 hours about the FBI now under Kash Patel, right? Let me see what you guys. Newsmax says a press briefing is coming soon. We'll put on Newsmax in the background. Thank you, old Uncle Bill. Do I have Newsmax on this phone? I think I have it on my live stream phone. Let me do something. Think. Let's see if they're on. Better.
It's Tony Marino, host of the super popular Newsmax Daily Podcast, a rundown of the day's top headlines and top highlights.
I wonder if this is their live state. Oh, this is Newsmax podcast.
Search for Newsmax.
Oh, shush. Is it going to require a stupid subscription? You know what? Throw America's Voice on. We'll see if it comes on here. I can't see your comments because I had something else on in the background. But we are heading down to LA, southern LA, actually. Going to be at a school board. It says now 3 hours and 44 minutes. So it looks like the traffic's clearing up a little. We got 210 miles to go. Oh, man. I'm going to have to get lunch in a little while, get some In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger's all about. Thank you, haha, for pinning that. Oh, man. Chili cheese Frito. How about a chili cheese Frito boat? I've been eating so healthy this year. We're already in, what is it? Mid-April, and I can count on one hand how many times I've had junk, literally. I've done so good. It's been about 8 months since I've even had a bun on my In-N-Out burger. It's always protein style. Beautiful Central California. Ag country. Man, Frito boats. That's chili cheese Frito boat. I even told Rachel the other day, hey, let's have some chili cheese dogs. I don't like them very often, but when I make homemade chili, the chili cheese dogs just rock. I'm not a big hot dog fan. I crave it like once every couple months. And she said, nah, I'm not in the mood for that. I think we just cook some hamburgers. Culver's burgers are okay. I give them on a scale of 1 to 10, a fast food burger. They're better than like your McDonald's, better than your Burger King for sure. Carl's Jr.'s, or some of you guys call it Hardee's. Very pricey, but I like their burgers. But nothing compares to In-N-Out. I like White Castle sliders. Although the last time you guys were riding with me and I was driving through Vegas and it took 39 minutes in the drive-thru, if you guys remember, they didn't taste that great, man. I mean, the microwave ones you buy at Costco tasted better, but that was just a one-off. But yeah, I like some White Castle. I'm trying to think. I don't even think I've had Taco Bell this year. Looks like earlier there was a wreck here because it's all red here. It says 10 minutes of traffic, so we should gain 10 minutes unless it gets backed up right here. Looks like we're getting through it, please. See if I see any debris on the roadway. Ooh, there is a lot of cars on the exit ramp. A lot more than usual, but I think we're going to get through there. There it is. It's no longer backed up. But that was it right there. Got some bumpity bump. Oh, no, it's up here. It's up here. That sucks. The map didn't lie. Look at this standstill traffic. If I really had white privilege, I'd just drive by them all on the shoulder, but my butt would be with a big ticket and probably end up in jail. Now it says traffic's about 5 minutes, so we'll see what happened up here ahead in about 5 minutes. Dollar General. Been to a lot of Dollar Generals in that side of the country. Looks like we're starting to move a little bit here. If we keep going like this, we'll be out of it in like 3 minutes. Or maybe it wasn't a wreck. Maybe it was just because they closed down one lane and nobody knows how to merge in California. People get so mad in California. They don't want to let you in when you're getting on the freeway. It's like, this is my road, nobody else's. Not as bad as, where was it? Colorado had some of the worst drivers. I mean, we literally watched 3 accidents when we were in Colorado. New Jersey loved their damn horn. Like most of you guys get oil changes in New Jersey, they do horn changes. It's like they got signs 15 minutes or less because they're just laying on the horn all the damn time. And I'm joking about the horn changes, but it just seems that way. You drive through there, you think you're on the convoy all over again. Okay, I think we're getting through it. I wonder what it was. Unless it was. I think it was just going down one lane, maybe. Because it has this little road construction sign right here. Are you kidding me? There was nothing. Come on, there's got to be something up here. Yeah, I think we need to do better drivers training in California on merging. Turn on that turbo. Is it these people merging on or what? Well, there's more traffic ahead. Yeah, again, maybe it is just people merging. That's backed up all the way up there. Look at that. Woo-wee. So you have 2 construction trucks that are not in the road. Oh, there you go. They had a truck right there that looked like it crashed into somebody. Most of it's cleaned up already. That's no fun. Now let's get moving. 199 miles to go. Fox News. I can't get Fox News. Let me see something. Close this. I can put it up and I'll back it up right now. Oh, you know what? I can get Fox News with my. Let's see if this one does it.
Florida, and I wanted to share this live look with you right here. You can see a very heavy police presence right here. This comes as Florida State University has now announced that they have an active shooter in the area.
There we go.
I want to thank all the brave men and women of that.
We got it. Thank you, old Uncle Bill. Give me 1 second.
Where I'm standing as quickly as possible, but important to note because when you do.
Just getting it.
Parents who were kind of gathering the details there. Obviously, during Parkland, social media was all.
Okay, we're getting ready to load you up with the press conference right here. Okay, here we go.
Shooting. They are walking up to the podium here. I'm going to pop up the audio so we don't miss anything.
It's coming out. Oh, come on. They're starting any second.
My name is Jason Trumbauer, and I'm the Chief of Police at Florida State University. All Florida State University classes and business operations on the main campus in Tallahassee are canceled through Friday, April 18th. Essential employees should check with their supervisors for further reporting instructions. All FSU athletic events in Tallahassee are canceled through Sunday. At approximately 11:50 a.m., Thursday, April 17th, a gunman opened fire on the main campus of Florida State University in Tallahassee, shooting multiple individuals in the vicinity of the Student Union building. FSU police responded immediately, engaged, neutralized, and apprehended the shooter. 2 victims are deceased, and 5 individuals have been transported to a local hospital with gunshot wounds. The shooter has also been transported to a local hospital. The 2 deceased are not students. The shooter is believed to be a current FSU student. I do not have additional information on the shooter's identity at this time.
Oh, come on.
Students who need assistance can go to the Donald L. Tucker Center, where the university is providing counseling, health care, and other support services. Family members are also able to go to the Tucker Center for assistance. Students, faculty, and staff are asked to call their loved ones as soon as possible to update them on their status. The student union and the surrounding area is still considered an active crime scene. Individuals should avoid the area. Students should not return to the student union to retrieve personal property at this time. Students may return to their residence halls, but they should otherwise stay indoors on main campus to allow first responders and university staff to do their jobs and respond to those needing assistance. Students may depart campus for the weekend. All classes have been canceled through Friday. Before I turn this over to Chief Revel, I want to thank all the brave men and women of the FSU PD for responding immediately to the scene. I also want to thank the responding agencies who have provided assistance to FSU today, big time, including the Tallahassee Police Department, the Leon County Sheriff's Office, the Florida Highway Patrol, Leon County Emergency Medical Services, FDLE, and all other responding agencies today. We really appreciate your support. That's all the information I have at this time. We'll have additional update for you later today. Chief Rebel.
Good afternoon. I am Chief Rebel with the Tallahassee Police Department. As the shooting occurred today, our officers, as well as every single other officer in this city and county, responded immediately to this scene. Once on scene and once we began working through what was occurring and what we were working in consultation with FSU, Tallahassee Police Department was asked to take lead on this. So we will be the lead for this investigation in both the shooting portion of this as well as the homicide portion of this. I will come up after the last speaker and entertain just a few questions, but needless to say, we have multiple crime scenes. This is a very large area we're covering. We have thousands, hundreds of thousands, or hundreds or thousands of witnesses. And again, this is an active, ongoing investigation. So the information that we will be allowed to release right now may be fairly limited. I'll answer what I can at that time. But I will assure you that as soon as we can, any information that becomes available, we will make that available to you. One of the things in the process, and again, understand that this is an ongoing active investigation. So things are happening as we are standing here and as we are speaking. We have identified the shooter, obviously. He's at the hospital. So with more on that, I'm going to allow the sheriff to come up and speak on that portion of it.
Thank you, Chief. As Chief Rebel indicated, I'm Walt McNeil, Leon County Sheriff. First and foremost, let me express our gratitude to the responding law enforcement agencies in this community. Our citizens should feel some degree of comfort knowing that your law enforcement agencies are going to respond and do exactly what we did in this case, that is bring the offender to justice and to make sure that we do what we can to make sure we lock him or her up. Let me say to you, this is obviously a heinous crime. Our deepest condolences go out to the FSU family, the families of the students who are here. And we understand that you all have been devastated because of this person's actions. The question as it relates to who is the shooter is 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner.
Phoenix Eichner.
And he's the son of a Leon County Sheriff deputy.
Wow, son of a deputy.
Our Deputy Eichner has been with the Leon County Sheriff's Office for over 18 years. She has a tremendous job that she's done. Her service to this community has been exceptional. Unfortunately, her son had access to one of her weapons. And that was one of the weapons that was found at the scene. And we are continuing that investigation into how that weapon was used and what other weapons perhaps he may have had access to. The alleged shooter was also a long-standing member of the Leon County Sheriff's Office Citizen Advisory or Youth Advisory Council. So he has been steeped in the Leon County Sheriff's Office family, engaged in a number of training programs that we have. So it's not a surprise to us that he had access to weapons. This event is tragic in more ways than you people in the audience could ever fathom from a law enforcement perspective. But I will tell you this. We will make sure that we do everything we can to prosecute and make sure that we send a message to folks that this will never be tolerated here in Leon County, and I dare say across this state and across this nation. Thank you. Let me bring up the FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge, Hubert Reynolds.
Good afternoon. My name is Hubert Reynolds, and I'm the acting special agent in charge of the Jacksonville field office. I want to echo those standing with me what a horrific crime this is, and we stand with you fully. We have an office here in Tallahassee, and we are fully engaged with providing any resources that we can bring to bear to help with this investigation moving forward. We've established a digital tips media line where you can upload photos, videos prior to and during the incident. If you're there from social media, please upload all of that. I will give you now the website address. You can upload any tips to www.fbi.gov/FSU shooting. Again, that's www.fbi.gov/FSU shooting. I want to assure you that we are going to bring every available resource to be able to help the community and the local people here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Richard McCullough, Burt McCullough, president of Florida State University. This is a tragic day for Florida State University. We're absolutely heartbroken by the violence that occurred on our campus earlier today. 2 have died. 5 other innocents are being treated for their injuries. We're working to support the victims, their families, and everyone affected by this traumatic event. I just returned from the hospital. The First Lady and I met some of our students who are the victims. Our hearts go out to our students and the victims of this terrible tragedy. I have to say that our law enforcement, our FSU police officers, absolute heroes in this regard. The call went out, someone called it in, and immediately they responded to the scene and immediately neutralized the suspect and prevented this from being a bigger tragedy. I want to thank them so much for what they do to try to keep our students safe. I want to thank all the law enforcement partners, FSU Police, Tallahassee Police, Leon County Sheriff's Department, Florida Highway Patrol, and Florida Department Law Enforcement, and all other responding agencies for their rapid and courageous response. I want to thank everybody that came out to visit with the students and help us, and to be here today for this press conference. And I appreciate so much the support that you're all providing to our university and to our students. We're fully cooperating with the investigation, and we defer to law enforcement as they continue their work. I'd also like to thank all the healthcare providers at Tallahassee Memorial Hospital who are treating and providing outstanding care to our victims. Right now, our top priority is safety and well-being for all the people in our campus. As it was said, classes are canceled on the main campus today and tomorrow, and all FSU athletics events in Tallahassee are canceled through Sunday. We also want to tell you that counseling and psychological services are available to students, faculty, and staff, and anyone that needs that should call 850-644-2003. We're also providing support for faculty and staff through our employee assistance program. And so if you need any help, please reach out. We'll continue to communicate with the
Well, that's crazy. There was an officer's son, 20-year-old, involved in the actual sheriff's office. The mother was a sheriff's officer for, what do you say, 18, 19 years. That's, hold on one second.
Where do you want to go?
In and out.
One option is In-N-Out Burger on Stockdale Highway in Bakersfield. It adds 12 minutes to your route. Is that the one?
No, I want this thing so stupid. don't eat there, we'll eat somewhere else because I'm taking the 58 now. Oh man, that's going to be interesting. They released the name. I wonder why, wonder what we're going to find out. It doesn't make, we're going to find out here what would make a 20-year-old. Again, we don't know all the details, but somebody that was that involved in law enforcement, being, one of those junior, what do they call them here? ROTCs or whatever, I think is what we call them in California. To go on campus and know that you're in Florida, they're going to shoot at you. He was shot. He's in the hospital now. What drives somebody to do that? Was he on Was he on some pharmaceuticals? It's always the question I want answered that they never answer. Well, that's a HIPAA violation. Well, I think he violated a lot of people, but as the sheriff said, they're going to be prosecuting to the fullest extent of the law. It's going to be interesting what the left uses this, since he was affiliated with law enforcement. ROTC is military, you're right. Junior cadets, then, I think is what it is. Depending on what police station you're at. And again, guys, we are on the road. Let's see, we are on the road. Let me close this out. Another 176 miles away. We're going to the Chino Unified School District Board meeting. They're going to be, I believe, doing a resolution to ask the federal government to get involved. Because, again, what they've passed as a school board to protect the rights of parents and children, and Gavin Newsom has sued them. Now with Trump's executive orders, they're going to be doing a resolution to ask the federal government. This is what catching from what I've read. They want to ask the federal government to step up and get involved. So it could get, I know last week it looked like there was a lot of traction where the left was going, but for the last 48 hours, I haven't seen much. But we're going to be there, Chino Hills. If you're in the area, stop by, say hi. But again, that is where we're heading tonight. That should be, depending on what time that over. Taco Joe also sent me something else that's going on, a college protest that's going on tonight. If it's still going on after the school board, we might have to just pop in there and say hello, see how that's going. And then we're going to get a hotel, drive back north towards home, pick up Roberto tomorrow afternoon, and then we're going to head to one of the 5150 protests in California. And I think you guys will like that. I think you guys will like that Saturday protest. So again, we are 100% viewer funded. If you guys do want to help out, we appreciate you. We can't do it without you. It's your generosity that puts gas in the tank, that puts burgers in the belly, and gets us a hotel room at night. If you guys do want to support us and you appreciate what we do, jump over to Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army. We also have a GiveSendGo, givesendgo.com /Oreo 2024. And as always, we also have a Zelle link on our website. You can go over to theoreoexpress.com. You scroll down our homepage and there's a donate now button. But we have gas and food covered for today. We are short on the hotel and obviously tomorrow's gas and food and hotel tomorrow as well. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys that have supported us and continue to support us. it's going to be a busy summer. I think this summer is going to make the summer of love look tame, and we're starting to see that. They got the Carmelo Anthony in Dallas playing race wars against 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Like somehow he goes to school with a knife and stabs somebody. And people are outraged. They're outraged because they're racist. They're bigots. You gotta love it, guys. You gotta love it. You can also do Rumble rants on Rumble. Don't forget about that. Shooter used mother's personal gun. Oh, absolutely, old Uncle Bill. It says, by the way, as small children, my siblings and I had access to shotguns and rifles. We were hunting at age 6, but we were taught to never point a weapon at a human being. Absolutely. Growing up, my dad really loved his guns. He had everything from classics to his 44 Magnus that was under his pillow at all times. And I shot my first 22 revolver at 4 years old. He gave me that 22 when I was like 6 or 7. We had a whole gun case without a lock on it. It had probably, 15, 16 rifles in it. But yeah, we were taught that they were very deadly. And again, I think when you raise your kids like, listen, the police won't be as bad as I will on you. The kids are like, you know what? There's no time to fool around and find out in this household. My kids have had access to guns. They have shot at a really young age. I think my son got his, I think, 12 years old when we got him his 22 long rifle. Got my daughter, she's 18 now, a little Daisy. So when we went out shooting, she could shoot her little pink Daisy at 6 years old. It wasn't uncommon growing up to see a shotgun or a rifle in the back of a pickup, or back window of a pickup when you're going to the store or going out to eat. It's common. Nobody batted an eye. Yeah, I'm sure more will come out. Maybe it was because, lots of different things. We'll find out. Hopefully the FBI is doing their job and not letting the sheriff go through there. And you would think he wouldn't be anti-Trump, right? If you support law enforcement, but if you support law enforcement, you also don't go to a college and shoot up everything. So something was going on. Again, will be served. He's a murderer, 20 years old, and he gave up his entire future and his entire life. But it will be interesting, and will we ever find out what kind of medication was he on? And again, guys, we're probably going to go through some areas up here where we lose signal. If we do lose signal, I will be live, obviously, later tonight. I'll stop and get some lunch. It's 2 o'clock here now. And we are 167 miles out. Look at that overcast on those mountains. We got so many beautiful areas here in California, it's not even funny. Yeah, I hope Trump's cleaning. I hope, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are the answer to clean up that FBI. The FBI has been dirty traitors to this country. We learned when the Crossfire Hurricane stuff was released the beginning of last week, the FBI literally funded, the propaganda against President Trump. That's insane. Our own FBI. What is it right now? It is, I'm trying to see what temperature, 62, man. Beautiful. Shorts and t-shirt weather. I asked Rachel, are you going to work in the garden in the backyard? She says, too cold. It was like 66 degrees. That's perfect weather for the garden. Oh, you just noticed that, Trina? Thank you. Thank you for helping out. Appreciate you. Just proves that I do eventually read emails from old Uncle Bill. A lot of times old Uncle Bill will just send me spam. Like all these pictures of RW in a tutu. And he's like, are you seeing what RW is posting on OnlyFans today? And I'm like, man, that's sinful to even look at, old Uncle Bill. Oh, but Texas RW, hashtag real woman. That's what he said, Jay Lynn. He said he was going to Lowe's the other day when I talked to him. He said he's getting some garden stuff. We got Easter coming up, a Resurrection Day. I guarantee church is going to be packed. Eat and do a little Easter egg hunt for Kay. We actually had Roberto. Roberto came over dressed up as an Easter bunny yesterday afternoon to give Caden an Easter basket. And Caden catches on pretty quick. And so at first he's looking like, what the heck is this thing at the front door? And it was interesting. And then he just kept looking down because the Easter bunny, it covered your shoes, but you still had shoes on, and he kept Caden's confused and looking down at the shoes. But it's cute. I told Roberto he needs to wear that Easter Bunny outfit on the protest Saturday. Wow, that was. Oh man, on the road, man. Doing some traveling this week. Eventually, we're going to be doing a lot more traveling. I'm trying to get caught up, trying to find some ways to get caught up on the bills. We are extremely behind at home, and once we are caught up, we are going to work hard to fund another car, something very fuel efficient. We're just going to hit the road and go everywhere for like a month. Just to always be on the road. There is so much to cover right now. And we knew there would be when Trump won. We knew we would have another summer of love. Arvin, the home wrench. Ooh, car. Good, get close there, buddy. I still got some other emails to get to, guys. So just a heads up. Maybe tonight, depending on what time we get done, I'll go through them. See how charged my battery is. We 100% charged on this one. That's good. There's 1 minute of traffic up here. Come on, guys. You're killing me over here. Pedal on the right. Come on. South Louisiana. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that humidity, man. That's just nasty. Like when we were in DC, even when we went to wasn't too bad, but like even when we went to Florida, man, in August, you instantly walk outside and you're sticky. It's like, man, at least that's why I love California heat. You don't walk outside and feel like you need to take a shower right away. When we were in West Virginia, DC, all those other places we traveled, I was like, how do people do it? And I was down there for a while, and I'll tell you what, I didn't get used to it. Old Uncle Bill, let me work on that. Let me work on that. I was thinking, I don't know. Ooh, that car behind me locked it up, man. That got me, my butt clenching right there. I ain't even gonna lie. I puckered up. I thought we were gonna get rear-ended. I will work on something beginning of next week. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the notifications. And I've had people that haven't that reached out to me through email when I was scanning through my email say, hey, I just noticed you've been doing live streams. I haven't been watching because I'm not getting any notifications from Rumble. That's frustrating. In this beautiful area. Yeah, Kick is a good one to follow. Kick is one of the best when it comes to notifications. If you guys don't get notifications, just download Kick right now and just follow. You don't have to do anything else other than follow us and turn your notifications on. You don't have to watch us on Kick, but at least you know when we're live. All right, guys, we're going to run into a bad service area. I'm going to cut out, be around. Let's see, 2 hours, 4, 5. What time is it? 2. In about 3 hours. Be looking for a live stream. We will be live. Again, if you guys want to help out and donate for gas, food, and lodging for the rest of this week and for the hotel tonight, we would appreciate it. We need your support to do this. Go to Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $, Oreo Army, or you can go to our GiveSendGo link, which is givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And as always, we have our Zelle link on our website. Our website is theoreoexpress.com, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys, we'll see you in a couple hours.